The movie begins with a man named Mercer. He is starting his life over with his son after getting out of prison, but his lawyer talks to him and tells him that the custody of his son is conditional. He has to be very careful. And at that time, protests are happening in Los Angeles by black people against the government. This is the year 1992. Protests are spreading in the streets. Anyway, Mercer goes to wake up his son Tawam from sleep. He tells him your school time is coming. He wakes Tawam up, but Tawam tells him there is still an hour and a half until school time. So Mercer tells him he was exactly like him. He hated school, but he has to be better than him. After that, a man named Rija appears. He is talking with his friend who tells him there is a robbery they need to pull off. So Rija tells him they won't be able to do it alone. They need to have someone with them. But he tells him he won't pressure him. If he wants to withdraw and not continue, he can feel free. After that, we go to Mercer, who is having breakfast with his son. But Tawam is upset. He tells him he feels like he is locking him up in a prison. He was very happy when he was living with his mother and grandmother. Back then, he used to go out normally with his friends. He is not comfortable at all staying with him. He wasn't even present in his life before. So Mercer tells him they have to accept the situation. He asks him to be careful because the whole day will be chaotic because of the protests. He tells him he should come straight home from school. Tawam gets upset and leaves him and walks away. Mercer gets angry at him. He tells him he has to listen to him. He tells him he is still young and doesn't know anything about the world. But Tawam doesn't answer him and leaves him and walks away. We go to Rij, who is with his brother Dan's. Their father Lowell is getting in the car with them. They go to see the place for the robbery. Anyway, we go back to Mercer, who is buying something from the supermarket. He finds a group of people harassing an old woman. He fights with them and defends her. But in the end, he leaves and doesn't continue the fight. Anyway, we go to Lowell and his sons. They arrive at the metal factory they want to rob. There are a lot of platinum ingots. Lowell tells them platinum is much more expensive than gold. It will be a big score if they can steal the ingots. Riji tells him the ingots are in a strong safe in the factory. He also tells him the method for opening the safe door. He tells him there is an emergency button. If anyone presses it, the safe will lock completely. They won't be able to open it. Lowell starts thinking. He tells him security is very tight around the place. They won't be able to get in easily. Surveillance cameras are everywhere. The situation will be completely out of their control. Rij gets upset. He tells him this job will set him up for a long time. But Lowell gets angry at him and demands he move the car. At that moment, Mercer arrives at this factory where he is supposed to be working. He talks to the security chief. They chat together for a while. Then Mercer goes to work. We see Raj then talking with his brother. Dans asks him if he is upset with their father Lowell. Raj tells him he is already used to dealing with him. He should be upset about a lot of things, not just this. He is sure this robbery will be very difficult. It might not end well. Anyway, Rijay finds out from the TV that the protests are increasing. Rijay calls his father. He tells him riots are happening everywhere. This is a perfect day for them to carry out their operation. Lowell agrees to do the robbery. Rijay tells his brother Dans to come with him. At first, he is very worried, but in the end he goes. After that, Rijay picks up his friend to be with them. At that time, the factory manager talks to the workers. He tells them he is giving them the rest of the day off. The protests are filling the city. He asks them to go home. Mercer talks to the security chief. He tells him it is not safe at all for him and his son to stay in his house today. He asks him to bring his son to sleep at the factory tonight. The security chief agrees. The gang gets ready to go to the factory. Rijay tells his father that 4 people would have been enough. He doesn't need all the men he brought. He tells his father he won't do the job unless all his men are present. At that time, Mercer goes home to get his son. He doesn't find him. The situation is messed up in the streets. He goes down to look for him. At night, the gang arrives at the factory. They kill one of the security guards. After that, they manage to open the door and enter the factory. They see the security chief. He tells them it's impossible to rob this factory. He tries to kill them. Lowell shoots him. He falls to the ground. Rij gets very upset because they killed someone. His father tells him losses were inevitable. After that, Rij fights with one of the gang members. Lowell tries to calm them down. They start working to steal the platinum. At that time, Mercer is still looking for his son. He keeps walking in the streets. Suddenly, he finds him standing in front of him. He quickly goes to him. He is surprised he didn't come home all day. He starts yelling at him. At that moment, the gang starts breaking the safe door. The security chief sees it, and he isn't dead yet. He moves with difficulty to another room. He presses the emergency button. A huge machine moves to lock the safe completely. Rij moves quickly with a car. He prevents that machine from locking the safe. But he runs over his friend's leg. They can't get him out from under the car. After that, they fight with each other. Lowell calms them down. This time they finish off the security chief completely. At that time, Mercer takes his son and drives the car to return to the factory. He sees a group of black people attacking a woman there. He gets out of the car and defends her. After that, he gets in his car and drives it fast. Tawam becomes very happy with what his father did. He defended the woman and didn't leave her. He tells him it was clear he wasn't afraid of them. Mercer tells him he is only brave with people who are full. He is very afraid that when he grows up, he will be like them too. Back at the factory, the gang places explosives on the door. They manage to break it. At that time, Mercer sees officers walking on the road. He stops those officers. They are suspicious that he stole things. Mercer tells them he is going to work. They don't believe him. They make him get out of the car. They handcuff him and his son. They open the car trunk. They don't find anything in it. They are forced to let him go. Mercer gets in his car very upset. His son is devastated. Mercer drives and goes to the factory. At the same moment, the gang sees the ingots inside the safe. They are very happy. Lowell demands they collect the ingots quickly so they can leave. Reg arrives at the factory gate. He doesn't find any security. He is very surprised. He opens the door and enters with his son. Tawam starts asking him where the bathroom is. Mercer points out the location to him. At that time, Dans is in the bathroom to take a painkiller. At that moment, he sees Tawam. Dans raises his gun at him. Tawam freezes and doesn't move. At that moment, Mercer enters the security chief's room. Unfortunately, he finds him on the ground. He is very shocked and runs to him. He realizes he is dead. He opens the drawer and quickly takes the gun. After that, Mercer leaves the room. Suddenly, 2 of the gang members appear in front of him. They shoot at him, but nothing happens to him. He tries to kill them. They shoot at him again. He runs out and they run after him. After that, Mercer escapes from them. He goes to look for his son, but he doesn't find him. Mercer goes outside the factory and enters another building. After that, he turns off all the lights in the factory. The gang members are very surprised. At that time, Mercer feels one of them coming towards him. He takes a metal rod to defend himself. He hits one of them with the rod as soon as he gets close. He falls to the ground. After that, Mercer escapes. Mercer sees the car they intend to put the ingots in. Reg sees him and suddenly runs towards him. He immediately starts hitting him hard. Reg falls to the ground and passes out. Mercer takes the car key from him. At that time, Lowell is surprised that the gang members have suddenly disappeared. Now there is no one left with him. His son Dance appears, who has Tawam with him. Lowell is surprised. He takes Tawam's wallet. He is angry and yells at Dance a lot. His brother is missing. They need to move the platinum ingots very quickly and leave. Raje's friend is talking loudly. Lowell yells at him and demands he shut up completely. At that time, Lowell sees what's in Tawam's wallet. He finds out he is still a high school sophomore. He is surprised he is in the factory at a time like this. Tawam tells him he came to the factory to look for his father, who works in the maintenance department. Unfortunately, he didn't find him and was about to leave. He also can't go home alone because of the protests in the streets. At that time, Mercer has tied up Reg and is trying to wake him up. Reg wakes up. Mercer asks him about the whereabouts of his son Tawam. He tells him he hasn't seen him and doesn't even know what he is talking about. Mercer tells him he knows he and his gang are the ones stealing the ingots. Mercer threatens him that if he doesn't find his son, he will kill him immediately. Reg tells him anyway, "You won't be able to do anything in the middle of the gang." Mercer threatens Reg that he will finish him off immediately. Reg pleads with him to let him go. Mercer hits him on the head. He loses consciousness. After that, Mercer goes to the building with the safe. He sees his son with the gang members. He watches them from afar first. Tawam talks and tells Lowell he is sure his father is not in the factory. Lowell tells him he will let him go anyway. At the same moment, Reg's voice is heard as he is in pain. Lowell gets angry and finishes him off and he dies. Tawam is shocked. Lowell threatens him. He tells him he has already seen his address on his ID card. If he talks, he will get to him and finish him off, and also finish his whole family. Tawam tells him he won't talk. He gets up quickly to leave. At that time, the 2 guys Mercer fought with appear. They tell Lowell everything that happened. They tell him there is a person in the factory who is dangerous to them now. Lowell orders Tawam to stop where he is. Tawam surrenders. One of the gang members tries to kill Tawam. Lowell tells him he doesn't have to kill him because they will catch his father anyway. Lowell threatens Tawam that he will be the one to finish him if he doesn't find his father. Tawam tells him he isn't lying to him and that he really doesn't know where he is. At that time, Mercer is watching everything from afar. He runs outside the building and tries to find any way to save his son. At the same time, one of the gang members goes to check the car they will use to transport the ingots. He doesn't find the key. He realizes that Tawam's father must have stolen the key from them. He goes back to Lowell and tells him they can't find Rija and also won't be able to start the car. Lowell talks to Tawam. He tells him his father doesn't care about his life and is putting him in danger. One of the gang members tells Lowell they could look for another car. Lowell tells him they can do that now. At that time, one of the gang members reaches Mercer. He asks him about the car key before finishing him off. Mercer gets up from his place. They start fighting. In the end, Mercer manages to finish him off. He makes him fall from the building. Lowell sees him dead. Mercer goes back to Rija. He tells him the members of his gang have no loyalty to each other at all. He is very surprised that their boss killed one of their own gang members. Rija finds out that his father killed his friend. He becomes very sad. He tells him that the boss is his father. Mercer is surprised by this. Rija tells him it is a miracle that his son didn't die and is still alive until now. He also tells him that his father will definitely finish off his son in the end. He is a witness to everything that happened. His father doesn't leave any witness to his crimes alive, even if it is a small child. Dans goes to talk to Tawam. He asks him if he knows where his brother is. He tells him if he knew his location, he would tell him immediately to save himself. Dans tells him he loves his brother very much and must find him. He promises him nothing will happen to him. At that moment, Lowell comes and yells at Dans. Dans tells him he is just trying to get any information about his brother, nothing more. Lowell tells Tawam they are responsible for getting out of this place, or he will die. At that time, Mercer talks with Riji. He tells him he doesn't want his son to get hurt, nor any of them. He hears Lowell's voice talking on the microphone. Rij tells him not to believe anything his father says. He doesn't honor any agreement at all. At that moment, Mercer hears his son talking on the microphone. He tells him if he doesn't help the gang leave the factory with the ingots, he will definitely kill him immediately. Lowell tells Mercer that if he hands over Rij and the car key, he won't kill his son Tawam. Rij tells him his father is lying. He will kill him and kill his son Tawam in the end. Lowell continues his talk on the microphone. He tells him if he doesn't come out within 5 minutes, he will finish off his son Tawam. Mercer asks Rije to help him get his son back. Rije agrees. After that, Dans is transferring the ingots into the car trunk. Mercer appears with Raj. Lowell orders Mercer to stop and not move. Lowell orders one of his gang members to take the car key from Mercer and confirm that it is the key. Mercer gives it to him. Lowell tells Mercer he is very lucky he didn't kill his son after all he did. Mercer asks him to hand over his son Tawam. Lowell tells him he killed one of his men. He won't give his son back so easily. At the same moment, Mercer tries to shoot Lowell, but he doesn't hit him. They start fighting. A bullet accidentally hits Dans. Mercer and his son quickly get in the car. Lowell's sons get in the car trunk. Mercer drives the car and manages to open the factory gate. He gets out quickly. Lowell chases him with the car. Rije asks Mercer to take them to the hospital before Dans dies. Lowell asks the man with him to shoot at their car. He keeps shooting at the car. At that moment, Dans dies. Rije becomes very sad. He opens the car door behind him. He shoots at his father, who is with him. A bullet comes towards Rij. Lowell continues chasing the car to get all the platinum ingots. Mercer crashes into the car in front of him. The car flips over. All the ingots fall out. Lowell gets out of the car. He talks to Rij, who is dying. He tells him he did everything he could for this operation to succeed. He shoots his son with a second bullet. Unfortunately, he dies completely. At that time, Mercer is still alive. He gets out of the car before Lowell kills him. Then Tawam appears and saves his father. He finishes off Lowell. Mercer gets up and hugs his son tightly. He is very happy that his and his son relationship has improved a lot. The movie ends.